Hello, friends. This is Jessica Juxtot coming to you today with 6 tips for reducing stress. I have kind of a rhetorical question for you. Have you ever experienced stress? Okay, that's kind of an obvious answer, right? Especially if you're a mom, I know you've experienced some kind of stress. Me personally, I'm coming to you today after dealing with a crazy toddler this morning, a baby who didn't want to take a nap. And you can't see it really very well through the camera, but I'm coming to you from a very messy living room, and I have a refrigerator in my living room right over there. So it's been kind of crazy. But I want to talk to you about some tips for reducing stress. I was doing a lot of research on this today, and these are some of my favorite ones that I came up with. So the number one tip, and I think this is possibly the most important one that can have the biggest effect on you. But the biggest tip for reducing stress is to get outside. I read a really interesting article today about this app that I don't know if it's an app that's still in production or not, but I was just reading about this. The author was talking about how it tracked her activities over the course of a year, like what she was doing and how she was feeling when she was doing those activities. And some of the things were obvious, like when people are at work, they're not quite as happy. But like the biggest thing that made people happy was getting outside. So this showed that getting outside makes us happier. And honestly, in today's society, we really don't get outside enough. Our lives really revolve around being indoors. So I encourage you to get outside, take the kids outside with you. If your kids are happier, that's going to make you happier too. And one interesting thing that they found when people are outside is that your frontal lobe, which is really active when you're in like busy or indoor stressful situations, that part of your brain basically disengages when you're outdoors in nature. So that helps to reduce your stress. Number 2 is one that probably a lot of us struggle with. I know I do, especially finding time for this one when I've got kids to take care of. But get regular exercise. Okay, exercise is going to reduce your stress hormones, such as cortisol. Sorry, I just got a notification and it surprised me. It's going to reduce your stress hormones. And you guys all know, if you've been following me for a little while, that I'm all about keeping your hormones balanced. So you want to make sure your cortisol is, at appropriate levels. Releases endorphins. Those are your happy chemicals that are going to make you feel better. It can also improve your sleep if you're getting regular exercise. And sleep is super key to reducing stress. Ask any mom who has not had enough sleep whether or not she feels stressed out. And it can also increase your confidence. If you're exercising regularly, you're going to start to look good, and you're going to be more confident, and that confidence is going to help you to feel less stressed out as well, as you're just feeling better about life in general. Okay, number 3 is essential oils. You guys knew I would throw this one in here somewhere, right? So some oils that are really helpful for reducing stress are lavender, chamomile, frankincense, ylang ylang. There's a whole bunch of others. One of my favorites is a blend that's specifically targeted to reducing your stress. And guys, it is important that you are careful about the oils that you use, since they can often be diluted or adulterated. So if you're interested in knowing more about the oils that I use and recommend, feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to talk to you more about that. Number 4, okay, the next 2 are more of like mindset things. Kind of reframing the way that you look at stress so that your outlook is less stressed out. So number 4 is to embrace gratitude. So it can be really helpful to write things out or to talk to other people that we know, love, and trust when we're stressed out. But it's helpful not just to talk about what's stressing you out, but to actually talk about and write down the things that you're grateful for. If you're focusing on the positive things in your life, you're less likely to feel stressed out about the not so positive things in your life. Maybe you can even find something to be grateful about in the particular stressful situation that you're in. So embrace gratitude. That's a really big one, and one that I've personally been working on a lot this year. I even have an essential oil blend to help me focus on gratitude. Surprise, surprise, right? Okay, so number 5 is to laugh. Find a reason to laugh. One way to do that is to spend time with a friend who makes you laugh, and just spending time with friends in general can help to improve your attitude, your outlook. So that's another thing to keep in mind for reducing stress. But spend time with those friends who make you laugh. Find a way to find humor in your situation. If you've been following me for a little while, or if we're in some certain groups together, when I get stressed out about like the things about being a mom, I try to frame them in a way that will make other people laugh. And then when we're laughing about it, it's not quite so stressful. So this one's a little bit personal, but I'm going to go into it anyway because it was kind of funny. So yesterday, I went grocery shopping with Johnny and Josie and came back a little bit too close to lunchtime. So, you know, in all of the hurry of trying to get like lunch on the table so that Johnny can eat, get down for his nap, trying to get Josie nursed and then get her up for her nap, and just like everything, you know, getting the groceries put away, I really had to go to the bathroom. And like I couldn't stop to do it because there was always something that was, you know, calling for my attention. So I'm like, this could be really stressful if I chose to look at it in a stressful way. But I turned it around into something kind of funny. And I just made a comment in a mom's group I'm in on Facebook. And I said, you know, one of the harder parts of being a mom is having to hold your poop. And everybody laughed at that. And I was like, okay, this is funny. You know, I can deal with this stress of this. And then it wasn't quite such a big deal anymore. So definitely try to find ways to laugh. And number 6 is we have to learn to just say no. And I know that's a really hard one. It's a hard one for me. I'm like the poster child for taking on more things than I can handle. I always think, oh, that looks interesting. Oh, one more thing. Yeah, I can definitely do that. And then I find myself overwhelmed and there's too much going on and I'm stressed out. So we need to learn to say no, to know ourselves, know what we can handle, and not take on more than we can handle. And that's going to go a long way toward reducing our stress. So I hope these 6 tips were helpful for you for reducing stress. Number 1, to get outside. Number 2, get regular exercise. Number 3, use essential oils that are specifically targeted to helping you to calm down and be less stressed out. Number 4, embrace gratitude about your situation, about anything in life. Number 5, find reasons to laugh. Number 6, just say no. So if you found these tips useful, please leave me a comment. I would really appreciate it. Let me know that this was helpful for you. Feel free to reach out if you have questions or you know, just want to say, hey, great job. That would be awesome. And feel free to share this video if you think there's someone else who would get benefit from it. And I will talk to you all later. Try to be stress-free today. All right, bye-bye.